Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So I want to give you some new information in this video, not repeat what we said in previous updates. That should all be clear. We still have no support found, okay? But I want to talk about two different charts I'm tracking on the weekly time frame and where the next support levels could be from a weekly time frame point of view. We start here on the weekly logarithmic chart, and this support area that we've been talking about as an estimate, I always said estimate because there was no confirmed top. And even now, technically speaking, we could still see another high. But the bulls need to show up here, or we're going to break below the April low, and then we are going to form a lower low, right? And so, as long as we hold above the April low, technically we could still see an extension of this fifth wave. You know that. We talked about that a lot of times. I get it. Not everybody, listens to every report or reads every update. So I do repeat these things. People still miss, and that's normal. Guys, that's why we have the membership, and that's where you get all the information, also in writing. You can scroll through. It's time efficient. But anyway, I just want to make sure people understand that there could still be another high. But look, we do the work every single day, and we're checking the micro patterns every single day for a reason. Because as long as we don't see on the smaller time frames reactions to support levels or small breaks of micro resistances, 5-wave movements to the upside, there is no signal that a low of sorts has formed. A lot of Elliott wave analysts won't show you the smallest time frames because it can be very, very time consuming to track. But I still do the work because I want to be, I want to give you the value basic. I want to be with you guys. Let's say the platform where we identify trend reversals first, where you're always informed, and you can really only do that if you track meticulously smallest time frames. Now, in this update here, I want to give you only the larger time frame. And as you can see, we're still in sell-off mode. And I mentioned that some of you might know, it was one of the updates I sent through in the membership a couple of weeks ago. Sometimes the last move down is like a final flush that kind of, washes out all the tourists. Or like, it's just like a final, when you're getting to a local low and you think, well, look, we might have a low because everybody's like, everybody's bearish, it's oversold now, fear and greed is low. Then sometimes a final flush can happen. And this is nothing you can predict, but I got the sense we might get that. So we'll see. I mean, it could still go a little lower. Bottom line is, on the smaller time frame, we don't have a low confirmed, but I just want to show you here the bigger picture. So what are the next key support levels? Anyway, if we keep dropping, regardless of whether we can get another high or not, or because the focus at the moment is not so much, oh, can we get another all-time high or whatever? I think the focus at the moment is more on where can Bitcoin actually find support, okay? Because this A wave that we are tracking here, and I track it in the videos every single day, also in our orange scenario, the A wave, is technically full, because, A waves can be 3-wave movements, but I'm tracking it actually as a 5-wave move, so we might see a little further downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know that, if you follow the videos, then you know that, but anyway, it still could find support at any point, at least locally, and so the question is, where? So the next key levels that I'm tracking here are, first of all, we've got the April lows. Now, it's a bit of a range, okay? Then the actual April low is around 74.5K. But it's a bit of a range, as you can probably see here. If I zoom in a little bit, you see there have been several lows, starting at around 78K, then there was 77 and 74.5. And in addition to that, and I've activated this level today, we've got the 77K level. That's the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement. I'm watching this one. I mean, if we can't find support where we are now, because we've reached the key spot on the smaller time frame, then we might drop as well to 77. Can I predict that? No, but I can tell you the trend is still down, and I haven't confirmed any local low. In fact, in my videos yesterday, we were still looking for lower prices with some conviction because the wave count wasn't full. It now is, even on the micro level, and now we're getting into the point where on the local level, on the smallest time frames, downside extensions can easily occur. So yeah, we're basically only there now where the wave count is full, but a full wave count never guarantees a reversal, guys. It just means that, basically we are watching for a bounce, right? And so the next support is at around 77K. And so if we get a bounce from here, then it could be a B wave, but we might go a little lower, touch the area, reach the area of the April lows, and then 77K will be the larger fib level. Do I predict that we turn around there? No, it's just an area of interest. I explained that in the Solana video yesterday. If we have zones on the weekly time frame, then they are only areas of interest. They don't guarantee a bounce. We have to then switch to the smallest time frames and watch if the bulls show up there. Do we see any meaningful reactions? And we should still get let's say a trend shift pattern. They are very, very if we track the smallest time frames, yeah, then we will see it. That's what I mean. We don't have to wait very long. We see when on the smallest time frames the market reacts to a level, shows us a decent pattern, a 5-wave move up, and then breaks above the smallest resistance. But we don't see that on the weekly chart. So we then have to go to the smallest time frames. But anyway, at the moment the pressure is still downward, and I'm just pointing out this as a first level because sometimes A waves react to the 23.6 fib level. We should then see a B wave bounce. I mean, that can even overshoot, yeah, and then a C wave decline. So we've been tracking this pattern now for a while, and this is how I see the market. Now there are some more patterns or possibilities. I'm not here to talk about them in detail. We talk about them very, very regularly. But in this video, I just wanted to show you the next areas of support. Now this is the logarithmic chart. In my opinion, the more reliable one, because the linear chart is for cryptocurrencies not so useful. However, I am also tracking the linear chart because on the linear chart, we just get a few, just different levels. And this has to do with the scale, linear and logarithmic scale. As I think, responsible analyst, it's important to still keep an open mind. And I often say the linear chart is less useful, especially in the cryptocurrency sector. Again, the price hasn't reacted at all here to the 84K level, which was kind of the first one on this, weekly chart or 4-day chart, actually. Not a major surprise because the weekly chart or the linear chart is a little bit less reliable for cryptocurrencies. So, but still, I'm watching the levels. But we haven't even seen a reaction to the trend line. So, unless this is a fake out to the downside, which it can be, yeah, and we recover in the next few days, we might also obviously keep an eye on the 77K level, April lows. But the next level below is around 70K. Now, interesting is that this is also the November 2021 high. You will soon start to see people highlight this as next support because this is, the high of the bull market last time. It's basically 70K, a little bit below that, right? And so this is the green line I have here on the chart. This should provide indeed strong support if we can't find support before, but then we're already, down quite a lot. Very, very sharp decline. Even sharper, if you look at it, this is an even sharper decline than we've seen, you could say, in the last bear market. Now, this might be an equivalent, yeah? Do you see the similarities between what happened after April 21 and now? Does it make sense? Does it look similar? To me, it does. Absolutely. Maybe on a larger scale. And so what happened afterwards? Well, it was a B-wave bounce. Yeah, exactly what I show you here as well. A possible B-wave could even overshoot before we then go down. All right. It's just, guys, please keep an eye on that. Be aware of it. This would be the ultimate fake out. If we get there and even form a new high, people will start to believe we go to 500K or something. Like bear market is over. Everybody's like, oh, I told you it will be a short bear market or something. Or you know how it is. So I'm just saying, there is no confirmed low yet. We're still in free fall. If you buy now, it's probably catching the falling knife situation. And now we're collapsing right now. I just see it. So I'm gonna upload the update, the video. Hope it added some value, guys. Keep calm. We haven't confirmed the low yet, and therefore further declines shouldn't be a surprise. But it's still, I know, it messes with your mood, right? With your sentiment. So that's why it can be helpful to to be in a community. I recommend during times like these, be careful, be selective who you follow. Yeah, anybody who's stirring up your emotions, it might not be the best to follow. Just saying, we focus here on structure, mindset. So hopefully that adds some value. Thanks so much. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you very much. And add a thumbs up if you appreciate the analysis. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for exchange with zero fees over 3,000 plus trading pair with industrial leading liquidity proof of reserve that has 1:1 ratio with 24/7 online customer service support? Scan the QR code to easy to direct MEXC website and start your first trading. Thank you.
Trading is never as easy. But who say you can't have fun? In every minute you lend, the more you will enjoy. As you grow up in this industry, you will find yourself, and so round yourself with people who will help you to grow up as trader. It's hard in the first place, but I am sure you will be successful. As a trader, always remember trend is your friend.